Okay, once you have submitted your literacy narrative, you're ready to move on to Unit 2. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about creating the annotated bibliography for Unit 2. So you're going to have to focus on your particular career field and select topics to research. In order to prepare you for those topics, I've added in an additional bonus opportunity. So this is an extra credit assignment. It is a wiki, so underneath the reading assignments folder, again, this is a wiki, so you are going to click into the wiki if you'd like to contribute to it for bonus points. So there is a bold-faced list of each of the fields of study that you guys are going into within the course. If you don't see your field of study listed there, please feel free to add to it, but these are the disciplines that we are all working within. So you're going to add to this list things that are controversial topics. So you'll have to find a few to add. Again, you don't have to add things that are just within your field of study. You could add to, elementary education, even if you're working in a biological field, for instance, or the field of biology. So you'll click to edit the wiki, and then it will take you to this edit page where I would suggest you keep the fields or each of these topics listed in boldface, and then you can add your contribution underneath. All you need to do is add a sentence or two at most, and then your name, so that we can know what topic you'd like to add to the list. So if you're having trouble figuring out some topics, obviously do some Google searches, and feel free to use the internet to find those. All right, you don't have to make these up just on your own if you're struggling with that. So going back to Unit 2, that wiki, again, you can add up to 5 topic ideas for credit, and refer to this if you're having trouble with the next part of the unit. So uncovering the conversation's annotated bibliography, this is where you are going to be researching topics that are controversial within your discipline. So you'll have to come up with a total of 3 separate topics, debatable topics, and then you're going to locate two scholarly sources per issue. So for a total, obviously, of 6 sources. So this is where I'm asking you to think about some of the things that are going on in your field of study and to locate ideas that might be a bit controversial within your field of study. What I would suggest you guys do is look at the resources available here on the RCCC webpage. So this is going to take you to the library's list of databases. So you can do a generalized search through their library, or you can go to the databases, which is where I think you might find a little bit easier to navigate. And there is a list here of all of the disciplines that you could possibly imagine. So scroll through and use this, to locate resources. So you can find journals, you can find websites that are directly related to your field of study. And again, they are scholarly sources. If you have trouble with that, or if you need some help, I've given you some options down here in section 4 as far as how to get some help accessing some of those online resources. So for your annotated bibliography, I've given you an example of an annotated bibliography. So what you're doing here is you are creating a list of the resources. So you'll head your paper just the way you see here, and then you'll just put the topic. So let's say if the topic of controversy is dealing with Social Security, for instance, you'll have your topic centered as if it's a heading, and then you're going to include a citation that provides me all of the source information you would need in order to find that source again, and then provide me with a summary of what that source provides you as a researcher. So you're going to talk about, an overview of what it's explaining, what part of the debate it's describing to you. And you'll notice I've given you comments here on the side and the margins. So, read through those in order to kind of know what I'm going for in terms of the length and in terms of, just, again, the basic formatting for this annotated bibliography. You will notice, though, that this is a hanging indentation, so this citation starts aligned left on the margin, and then everything that follows within that citation is indented. So please make sure that you do format it this way. This is the correct way to format that. So that's what your annotated bibliography will look like. So here's one resource, here's resource number 2, and then we're going to move on to our next topic, which is payroll garnishment in this example. So then again, you have one resource, one source outlined, and then a second one. All right, so you'll have, for a total of 6, you'll have to have 3 different topics for a total of 6 sources. So once you've completed your annotated bibliography, after that we're going to move on to your research proposal, which I will describe to you in a later video. But this is where you're going to need to figure out which kinds of topics you feel like you could research within the next module. So within Unit 2, we're just creating a bibliography. We're doing some background research. And then in the following unit, Unit 3, is where you'll actually create a research paper. So that comes later, but this is these are the building blocks that will get you to that research paper eventually in Module 3. So I hope that helps to give you an overview of the beginning of the module, and like I said, I will post another video outlining your topic proposal later.